more and more. Gonna show you what I have in store. Tricks and games that I wanna play. Just tell me that you're on your way. Cause I can't wait another day. And I know you wanna play. Girl, I know the spots that'll make you hot. Maybe ready or not, you know. Girl, I know the place. It's within your place. Tell me that you're on your way. Yeah, that you're on your way. Yeah, baby, don't be too.
Hey y'all, hey. Good afternoon. Well, it's not afternoon yet. It's almost afternoon. Hold on, y'all. Let me get to the chat because I went in the chat over here. Hey, y'all. Hey, cool gamer. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I hope everybody I had a great weekend. It was a holiday. I hope all y'all did holiday stuff. We're off today. Penelope's out being grown. With her parent. TC was gone. So it's just me. And I decided to see what it's like in the afternoon. I hope you had a good one, cool gamer. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Okay. It's a lot of times it's easier for me to feel like I'm talking to somebody, which is why I go live on here. Because I can interact with the chat a little better. Because sometimes I just get to talking. And I know that I know it sounds crazy. It just sometimes feels better to have somebody to talk to. But anyway, today I'm going to talk about some specific things. I saw them on TikTok, as y'all know. And I'm going to ask y'all some questions about something that I'm thinking about trying to do, but I don't know how to do it. And I need to know what y'all think and what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just talking until people come in. If not a lot of people come in, I'm going to still talk. So it is what it is. But I saw something, and it happened in the state where I grew up. I've seen a couple of things that have happened that people have put on TikTok and stuff talking about. One happened to a young lady who was 15, and the other one I'll get into that. So buckle up, y'all. So I'm doing this to raise awareness because they're not doing anything about it from what I understand. I'm not there. I'm not in I'm not in Montgomery. I'm not in Alabama. So I don't know exactly what they're doing, and I don't get the news where I am, but I do have people that are talking about it, and I want to talk about it. I want to talk about not just the big picture of it, but the nuances of situations like this. So there's a young lady named Ashanti Norman, and she's 15 years old, and she lives in Montgomery, Alabama. At some point during the weekend or last week, I don't know exactly when it happened. I think it happened recently. So I want to say within the past week or so. Ashanti's father accused her of stealing $2,500 out of the house. He called her. He asked her. He said, he called, he asked her, have you seen the money I had in the bag at the house? She's like, no, I ain't seen it, And how you get the music to play? Because the music played. It's crazy. I thought you did it.
No, I didn't do it. Oh, because it's set.
Oh, okay.
It's set for intro.
All right. So DC just got home, so that's why I was. Okay, that's fine. So DC just got home, so that's why we talked. What happened? She wasn't in the house. Anyway, okay. So back to what I was saying. The young lady, her name is Ashanti Norman. She's 15 years old, and she's in Montgomery, Alabama. If you're in Alabama anywhere, if you've heard about this case, if they're not doing anything, if they're not following up, if the daddy and the girlfriend have not been arrested, y'all call the police station. Tell somebody, because this is unacceptable. So the young lady he asked her daughter, did you take the money? She said, no, I haven't even seen the money. I don't know what you're talking about. So he goes over, picks her up. And instead of going to look for the money, instead of exhausting all avenues before you go the nuclear route, this is what he does. Now, I'm listening to it because I don't want to lie on the little girl. I don't want to lie on the situation. I want to talk about the situation. I want to go into people talk about be careful who you have kids with. This is one of those scenarios where it is more important than ever. And I'm not just putting this burden on women. However, we are the ones that carry the children. We are the ones that are. Hey, Mac, how you doing? I'm about to tell you. I'm about to go into. I want to know a little bit more specifics, so I'm going to play the TikTok in the background, and I'm going to then report what she's saying in this TikTok about what happened to this young lady. All right, so
this thing, and I'm gonna need y'all to like and share and repost this bitch as many times.
So maybe y'all can hear it. I don't know how to add stuff.
The police want to drag their motherfucking feet with this motherfucker.
And this lady do a lot of cussing. I'm trying not to do no whole lot of cussing.
Now in this picture right here, we got Jonathan Norman and Court.
Okay, now Jonathan is the daddy
with a motherfucking dryer cord, bitch. I don't know.
Hold on.
Where I got pissed off at. He tortured that baby.
All right, so he went and picked the little girl up after the little girl told him. Now she's 15. I think that anybody under the age of 25 is a little girl, so I am not being disrespectful. So when I say little girl, I mean it. You're a child, 18, 19. Yeah.
Let it talk. It's clear, and you over talk.
Oh, it was cussing. I didn't want to.
It's fine. You cuss. Don't worry about it.
All right, okay. Yeah, she's 15. All right, hold on. I didn't know you could hear it either, so. All right, so I'm gonna play this. Now she do a lot of cussing. If you are offended by cussing, you about to be offended. But she's gonna tell the story what happened to the little girl, and then we're gonna come back and talk about it. Hold on, let me get back to where.
Of taking the money and say,
hold on.
Jonathan called his daughter Ashanti. Told y'all this 15-year-old named Ashanti Norman. Daddy did this shit to her behind $2,500, bitch. We about to get off into this thing, and I'm gonna need y'all to like and share and repost this bitch as many times as motherfucking possible, because as you motherfucking know, the police want to drag their motherfucking feet with this motherfucker.
Now there are pictures of the little girl. You can see where she had been tortured. I can't show you the pictures, but she's been tortured. She's got bruises on her face and on her arms.
Child, and it ain't gonna happen because we play about a lot of things, but cheering ain't one. Now, in this picture right here, we got Jonathan Norman and Courtney.
So it's a nice picture of him and a pregnant girlfriend. Now, the girlfriend is not the child's mother. This is his girlfriend. That's where we at now.
This Stanton, okay? Jonathan called his daughter Ashanti and was like, hey, you seen some money I had up in the bag? And Ashanti was like, nah, I ain't see no money. He called her back again and pretty much accused her of taking the money and said, I'm about to come and pick you up. She said, okay. Now, while her daddy was on her way to the house to pick her up, this whole here, Courtney, called her, talking about something. You sure you ain't took the money, whoop the whop? And she was like, why would I steal? Now, Jonathan bitch ass made it to that motherfucking house and picked Ashanti up and brought her back to his motherfucking house. And this where I got pissed off at. He tortured that baby. Tied her hands behind her motherfucking back. Stuffed a fucking sock in her mouth. Beat her with a motherfucking dryer cord, bitch. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but look. Finally, Ashanti lied, and she was like, I'm going to go and get the money. Come take me back to my grandpa's house. So they get to the grandpa's house. The first time she walked up in her motherfucking grandpa's room, Papa ain't wake up. The second time, Papa woke up and was like, man, what the fuck is going on? Never the fucking list. She ain't leave back out that motherfucking door with fucking Jonathan at it. And needless to say, the whole fucking time this shit was going on, his motherfucking girlfriend was boosting his fucking shit. Cold motherfucking part is.
All right, so this is a text message that was sent from the girlfriend to the father. Your daughter stole $2,500 out of my house. I tried to beat it out, but don't ever bring her back to my house. I loaded up all her things and took it to a dumpster. Man, pick up the phone. I found the money. Tell Ashanti I'm coming to get her. I feel like shit. She ain't take it. Send me Jeremiah's number. Can you send me the number, bruh? Can you tell her to call me, please? I'm so sorry. I need to talk to her. Damn, y'all signed a warrant on me. Damn, I know I messed up, but damn, for what it's worth, tell my baby I'm sorry. I know I messed up. I'm wrong, AF. Ain't no making excuses, no expectations, but I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart. I love my baby girl. I wish I could take it all back. All right, so this is the father. This is what the father text. Now, let me keep going.
That hoe found the motherfucking money. He go to text thread that hoe was sending. Bitch, you found the fucking money. No, bitch. You had that motherfucking money the whole motherfucking time. See, with Courtney, you had already been tied up in some shit back in 2018 at your motherfucking job when $190,000 came up motherfucking missing and you and your coworkers had to be fucking investigated, bitch. So you very much so known for putting your hands on other people's shit. And Jonathan, your bitch ass definitely could do some violent shit like that, but I would never think to your own motherfucking daughter because, bitch, you had an attempted unaliving charge on a motherfucker named Cedric. Remember that shit back in 2015? Now, it's being said Montgomery, Alabama police ain't doing much of shit right now, and I got a problem with that shit because, bitch, y'all supposed to be here to motherfucking serve and protect, and, bitch, if you can't serve
I'm gonna tell you, Rob,
motherfucking insurance, it's a fucking problem. See, too, this is why I say be careful who in the fuck.
All right, so she just gonna go on about the police and be careful who you had kids with. So what happened was father lost or couldn't find $2,500 in his house. He accused his daughter of doing it. He basically kidnapped her, tortured her. She lied, told her dad, yeah, I got the money. Let me go to my grandfather's house and get it for you. Get to the grandfather's house. Tell the grandfather what's going on. At some point during all of this, the girlfriend who all the while he had his daughter kidnapped and was torturing his daughter for the $2,500 was boosting him up, sends him a text message and letting him know, I found the money. Hold on. Let me go back to the text thread. Hold on. All right. So this is the text thread for anybody. How you doing, Rob Fisherman? So that's what happened. So this is the text thread. For anybody coming in now, I'm talking about a young lady in Montgomery, Alabama. If you are in Alabama or any of the surrounding states, call the police stations. See what they're doing about this. Because this child is 15 years old. And this is unacceptable. And this is her father, her biological father. This is not a stepdaddy. This is not some dude off the street. This is her biological father. So he thought she took $2,500 out of his house. So instead of looking for the money, instead of searching for the money, instead of asking anybody else for the money, he accuses his daughter, kidnaps her, tortures her. She lies. Say she got the money, goes to her grandfather's house, goes in the house, I guess to get dad to stay outside. And she doesn't come back out. At some point during this entire interaction, he received a text message. Your daughter stole $2,500. No, this is the text message thread that he sent to the girl mama. Now that I read it, this looks like a text message thread that he sent to the mama. Your daughter stole $2,500 out of my house. I tried to beat it out of her, but don't ever bring her back to my house. I loaded up all her things and took it to the dumpster. Man, pick up the phone. I found the money. Tell Ashanti, the young lady's name is Ashanti. I'm coming to get her. I feel like shit. She ain't take it. Send me somebody's number. Send me the number. Can you tell her to call me, please? I'm so sorry. I need to talk to her. Then, that was on Saturday. The last one, can you call me, please? I need to talk to that. I was at Saturday at 5:30 a.m. On yesterday, which I don't know, this was 2 days ago. So on yesterday, damn, y'all signed a warrant on me. Damn, I know it's messed up, but damn, for what it's worth, tell my baby I'm sorry. I know I messed up. I'm wrong, AF. I ain't making no excuses or expectations, but I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart. I love my baby girl. Wish I can take all this back, but damn. All right, so here's my thing. Here's my thing. I don't care about all that text message. Excuse me. I don't care about that text message. I don't care about you sitting up and saying you sorry. Sorry don't fix shit. I don't know why people don't understand it. Saying I'm sorry, apologizing, asking for forgiveness does not erase what has happened. Don't ask me for forgiveness. Don't tell me you sorry. Because if you were truly sorry, if you were truly a person, you wouldn't have did it. This is your daughter. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, for everybody in the chat who has children or children that you love. Now imagine this. This is a child that you're supposed to love unconditionally. You get up tomorrow and something's missing out of your house. $2,500, your watch, the TV, whatever. I ain't gonna say TV because You can't hide that. But something that could have fell behind something that could be in a pocket somewhere, something that could have easily gotten jammed down in the cushions on the bed or on the chair. Instead of doing any of that, instead of flipping your house upside down and finding it or looking for it, you go to your child, your niece, your nephew, and you take them out of the house, tie their hands behind their back, beat them with a dryer cord, stuff a sock in their mouth. That's what you do. Hey, Shadrika, I'm sorry. That's what you do. And then your girlfriend, because they don't show it in here, a text message thread with the girlfriend and him. But the girlfriend found the money, calls him, tells him she found the money. And you got sorry? I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I know it can't change nothing. Well, if you know it can't change nothing, shut the fuck up. Go turn yourself in. I'm trying to, what's the word? I'm trying to be not respectful, because I don't respect that. I don't respect you. People sit up here and we try to always look good, especially on social media, especially when we have an online presence of any kind. We try to be as politically correct and as neutral as possible. We try all these things. I get it. But the reality is I don't respect him or anyone like him. I don't respect the girlfriend, because why would you? First of all, let's just say, for the sake of argument, you don't care anything about the little girl, because truth be told, that was the most sick thing ever, making someone get tied up or whatever, beating them, stuffing the sock in their mouth. What's wrong? I don't know, Rob. I don't know what's wrong. The reality is I don't know. And it wasn't some dude, because here's the thing. I ain't trying to be funny. I watch true crime all day. In the background, where y'all can't see or hear right now, ID channel is playing on. I just hit mute. I didn't turn it off. I didn't pause it. There's somebody that killed somebody, and a lot of times it be people you know. But this is not a stranger. This is a father. This is her father. This is not her stepfather. This is not some dude her mama talking to. This her daddy. And over $2,500, he could have killed her. Make no mistake about it. Every time you make a decision to put your hands on somebody, every time you make a decision for your temper to get out of line and it becomes physical, you run the risk of killing someone. Let me say again, you run the risk of taking the life of someone. Now, a stranger is bad enough. And trust me when I tell you, I have had temper outbursts to where I really thought I could bust a bitch in the head. I really had. I ain't gonna lie. There'll be a lie. I have had moments to where I thought physicality and being physical with somebody was the only outlet I had for the frustration and the anger I had in me. It has never gotten that far, but I have felt it. But I also love my freedom. I love the fact that I don't have to get up and go to bed when somebody, a stranger in a uniform, tell me to. So I take all that in consideration. That being said, again, my child does not factor into my crazy. He just doesn't. None of them do. Nobody in this house factors into my crazy. A father could have killed his child over $2,500. Now, I understand that people have lost their life for free, for no amount of money. I get that. I do. But I can't imagine you sitting up here thinking that what did you? I don't even know where to go with this. I don't even understand the thought process behind it, because I'm sure that this dude just didn't get violent. I'm sure that he's not this sweet, lovable man that all of a sudden snap because that's the only $2,500 he ever gonna get in life for his whole life. That's the only money he has to have, and he has to make it last for the next 60 years. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I just don't. he picked her up, took her somewhere, tied her hands behind her back, beat her with a dryer cord. And if anybody knows what a big long dryer cord is, it is a stiff cord wrapped in plastic or wrapped in some kind of rubber or plastic. And sometimes the stuff on the inside is metal because a lot of heat goes through there. So that's what he beat her with. And he stuffed the sock in her mouth so nobody would hear her scream. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's her father. And the young lady that I played her video, she's like, be careful with who you have kids with. And I've said that on many occasions. And a lot of times I'm talking about cheaters and stuff like that, and people who don't want to be in a relationship with you and one night stands and all that. But the reality is that I understand that a lot of pregnancies are oops, mistakes. I wasn't looking to be pregnant, but here I am. I get that. But I'm speaking to young ladies right now because they're the only ones that can carry the baby. That's really it. That's the only reason that I'm not saying both of y'all be careful, because the reality is, yes, men have to be careful too. But the majority of parents, the majority of single parents are women. So when somebody tell you to be careful who you have kids by, it's not just because that person may not really like you or want to be in a relationship with you. It's not just financial. It's because if that person is violent towards you, you don't think they'll be violent toward a child. If that person shows you disrespect, if that person shows you indifference, if that person makes you feel bad, if that person affects your self-esteem, what makes you think he ain't gonna do that to your kids? What makes you think? It boggles my mind the amount of people think a baby is going to make somebody be an adult, that thinks a baby is going to make somebody act right, that thinks a baby is going to make somebody be with them. The amount of people, male and women, men and women, male and female, gender neutral, that think a baby is going to make somebody a better person is astronomical, and it is mind-boggling. I watched Evil Lives Here, and that's going to segue into something else I got to talk to y'all about. Just hang on to your panties. I watched the Evil Lives Here yesterday. Yesterday was Evil Lives Here day, because sometimes I'll just leave the TV on the show and let it play. A man was dating this woman, because the majority of cases, it's a woman sitting there talking about the bad relationship or the crazy person they was dating or going with or married to. But in this particular instance, it was a man. And before he even married the young lady, when they were just dating, before they had even had any sexual relations, she was already tripping. But he constantly, the entire show was him making excuse after excuse after excuse as to why he excused her behavior, excused her attitude, excused her everything. When they were dating, then they got engaged. I don't even understand how they got to engagement. She was mean to him. She was rude to him. She belittled him. But for some reason, now she was the best thing since sliced bread. So now they're engaged. They talked about having children. They talked about having children into their marriage because they were young and they wanted to settle into being married. And she was supposed to be taking her birth control. So I guess he assumed that was going to keep the babies from coming, just making her assuming that she was taking care of it, which is stupid. If you don't want to have kids, you got to make sure you protect yourself. This is on women and men. If you don't want to have children, but you still want to engage in sex, please make sure that you use protection on every level. Not just hoping that the person that you're with do what they say they're going to do. So come to find out, she decided to stop taking her birth control, and now she's pregnant, even before they get married, during their engagement, while they're planning their wedding. In their wedding photos, she's pregnant. So she has this baby. And no sooner than she has the baby does she say, you can't leave me now, because if you leave me, you'll never see your child. And that is the extent of their relationship moving forward. Every time she does something messed up to him and she sees his face drop or his shoulders slump or it looks like he's had enough, if you leave me now, you'll never see your children again, your child again. You'll never see your child. And that is what she said. Now, me personally, not trying to be funny, y'all know how I feel about my baby, so y'all understand that this may come as a bit of a surprise the way I say it. Me personally, you got one time to tell me that if I leave you, I can't never see my child. I'll be like, okay, and walk out the door. Because one, I know that I will go to court and I will take my baby, or I will make it so hard for you to keep that child that you have no choice but to give it to me. That's number one. Number two, if I stay in this relationship, I know that my child is going to suffer because it's just going to keep getting worse and worse. It's not going to get any better. And what I said happened. It didn't get any better. As this young man was on mental health medication, she decided that he didn't need it anymore. So she made him. Now, I don't know how you make a grown ass person, male or female, man or woman, stop taking their medications because you said when you don't even have a job, let alone a medical degree. I don't know how the hell that happened, but hey, I don't live with him. I don't know him. That ain't my man. But she decided to tell him you don't need this medicine anymore. You're doing fine. Well, the reality is the only reason he was doing fine was because he was taking the medicine. But I digress. So he stops taking his mental health medications. He said, well, I think she was just doing that so that she could keep me off kilter or out of step or whatever he said. He said something that equals off kilter, whatever. So yes. And if you recognize that, why would you do it? Stop sitting up here blaming shit on your kids. Stop blaming your bad relationship on your kids while you stayed in it. Stop blaming being with a bad person because of your kids. Stop using them as an excuse. So then she has another kid. So now he's like, well, it's two of them now. I can't leave. This is the whole time he was getting on my nerve. And I understand you're not supposed to blame the victim because at some point he becomes a victim in this situation. But at some point, in some situations, especially in these, you have to, even as a victim, bear some of the blame because there were so many avenues you could have taken that went down a different road than this one. There didn't even have to be a baby. This person didn't even wait. This person never even showed him her representative. She came out the box with the crazy. She let him know up front about the crazy, and he still dipped his toe in the crazy pond. Fast forward, he's finally decided to leave after issues with her family, being separated from his family, not doing anything with his family, to the fact that she started cheating with the neighbor, so much so that while the neighbor is sitting next to him watching TV and she's out with the neighbor's wife at a movie, the wife and the neighbor are texting each other how good it's going to be, how good it was, and how much they love each other. She even got to the point where it was just ridiculous. So he decided to leave. Yay. But I guess, like in most things financially, you can't just walk out the door and go buy another house for you and your kids. So they decided to separate. He's lived downstairs. She stayed upstairs in the house with the kids. She goes out one afternoon saying she's going to get some pipe cleaners for one of the kids' projects. She comes home, no pipe cleaners, saying that they didn't have any. Fine. He wakes up the next morning to screams. She has killed both of their children. Now you can't take my kids. I don't understand. I'm never going to understand that. I'm never going to understand parents' hatred for their children. Because please don't sit up here and tell me that I don't give a shit about her mental illness. I don't care about her snapping. I don't care about any of that. Because the reality is she knew what she was doing was wrong. She tried to kill herself, or she made an attempt to make it look like she tried to kill herself. So it was Evil Lives here. Hold on. I wrote notes. Hold on. Y'all know I've been writing my notes down. Where my notes go? Hold on. Wrote notes. Let me get my notes. I even wrote down what episode it was. Hold on. So that leads me into this. I'm thinking about starting a series to where I do Evil Lives Here. Unpopular opinion, because that's what it'll be. My unpopular opinion, because a lot of times in these Evil Lives Here, I tell y'all some good stuff. I blame the people that's sitting on the TV, depending upon who the person is. Not as much, but I need them to bear some of the brain and stop the crying, because it irks my spirit. But anyway, it was... Oh, no, that's another one. Hold on. Let me find the episode. Hold on. This is another one. This is the second one. Let me see. I didn't write this one down. That show was the reason. I'm going to look it up for you while I'm talking. But anyway, because I think it was the episode before this. So it was season 17. So it might have been episode 1. So let me see something, y'all. Hold on. But no, you ain't got to hold on. I say hold on. Do y'all ever just say hold on for no reason? I just say hold on. It's not like I'm gonna keep talking. But let me see if I can find it. But yeah, so she killed both of them, and that's not the first time that y'all know what? I don't know what's going on with my tablet, but it's blowing me. It's like it's not doing what I wanted to do. But anyway, I don't understand why people do the things that they do when it comes to children. I don't get it. What is going on with my thing? It won't. Evil lives here. All right, here we go. Let me see if I can find it. Evil is here. Mother kills children. Is this one it? Hold on. I think this is it. Oh, okay.
If you live in a Virginia zip code,
hold on, y'all. That was a witch collar. All right. So, no, that's not it. That's not the one. Children. I don't know. I'm just having an issue. I'll find it and I'll put it down in the chat if I find it, because for some reason my thing is not acting right. But anyway, but it just it was like she hated him, but she wanted to be married. And once she got married and once she got pregnant, the child was no longer her child and no longer unconditional love and lovey-dovey. It was, now you can't leave me. At some point, you have to be like, hey, at some point you have to be like, hey, I'm good by myself. Because this is crazy time. But back to what I was saying. I'm gonna look for it. So I was thinking about doing these, like, I don't know how to do it. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds super crazy. Because I feel like if you want people to watch your stuff, it's got to have some kind of hook. Oh, I ain't got no hook. Y'all know me. I just start talking and hope it work out. So I'll figure it out. But I don't know why my iPad is not doing what I wanted to do. That's crazy talk. All right, let's see. Season, because I want to say it was season 17. That's what I want to say. Oh, here we go. Not since you'd asked me, I must see. Now I must know. But it just it kills me that these things happen, and we just like, okay, cool, whatever. I don't want to get onto the state of the world and the police not doing their job and parents doing this and children are older and they grown and we got to treat them different. Just basic. My child, I should not torture them. Y'all get what I'm saying? Yeah. That's crazy. To anybody who is in the tri-state Alabama area, and you see this, share it out. Go on Facebook. Make sure that somebody, that the father and the girlfriend, the hell, the mama, take some responsibility, some accountability. This child is scarred. This 15-year-old little girl is devastated, and she's going to be devastated forever. She's never going to trust her father again. She's never going to trust any girl she ain't never going to trust her father again. So definitely ain't going to trust no girl he bring around. And she's going to half-ass trust her mama. Because at some point, and take it from a kid of a parent who wonders often why y'all are parents. She's going to wonder why her mama did what she did. Why did you have a baby with him? Why was you with him in the first place? Then she's not going to articulate that. She's not going to say that shit out loud. But in the back of her head and her experience, her being kidnapped and tortured. Now understand, there's one thing to be, my daddy snatched me up and gave me a spanking. There's one thing to be tortured by a stranger. Understand torture, because that is what that was. Him kidnapping her, sticking a sock in her mouth so that nobody could hear her scream, tying her hands behind her back and beating her with a cord is torture over money. If you are so hard pressed for that $2,500, why was it in your bag in your house like it was some trash? Don't worry, I'll wait. Why was it like that? I let me tell you something. Even a child with a perfect childhood has to grow up. And then the real world starts doing real world stuff to them, and it knocks the shine off of kids. We're not shiny as adults anymore. And I miss that. And I'm sorry about that. Life knocks the shine off of you. Your parents shouldn't. Your daddy shouldn't. Your mama shouldn't. If anything else, your parents should be polishing you. Like $1 million tea set. You should shine in the dark. Even with no light bouncing off you, you should still shine as far as your parents are concerned. But that's just not how it goes nowadays. People just be having kids because I guess they supposed to, I guess. I don't know. I'm disgusted. Kids are a blessing. It's not a flex to be 35 with no kids. What else? They're making it harder for women to get professional degrees and get loans to go to school so that they'll have babies and get married and sit at home. Men are making think pieces about why aren't women like my grandmother, like our grandmothers, not realizing that grandmamas was trying to escape too, but they had no education, no money, and no rights. And I want y'all to realistically listen to how y'all mamas and y'all grandmamas and y'all great grandmamas used to talk about y'all granddaddies and daddies and great granddaddies. And whether or not they were happy after Papa was gone. How many of them tell stories about what they wish they could have did? And then we got people having babies that they're torturing, that they're killing. And nobody's taking accountability for that shit. Everybody got excuses. It's the kids' fault. It's society's fault. It's the white people's fault. It's the cops' fault. It's everybody's fault but yours. "15 years old, tortured by her father." And that is going to be lasting. That is everlasting. She's going to take that pain, that trauma, that distrust. She's going to take that to the grave, and it is going to color and reflect on everything she does moving forward. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna come back later. I'm gonna find that stuff for you, Shadrika. Okay. I'm gonna find that that episode for you because I need to look up some other episodes. For some reason, my iPad is not doing anything I told it to do. Okay. She know what to do. So I'll find the episode so that you can watch it. But I really came on here this time, one, to see what y'all doing, because I know a lot of people at work, but y'all be listening to me on y'all phone. And two, to just bring awareness to this, not in the afternoon, not when people off work, but so that while you sitting there alert, y'all can look this up and boost it, get it out there so that people will think it will make so that people can see this shit. So that people can understand what the world is like for your kids. And while it may not help everybody, maybe one person will look and see and go, you know what? I'm not going to ignore the signs that I see in this person. I'm not going to ignore the violence. I'm not going to ignore the distrust. I'm not going to ignore the indifference. Because this is what happens when you ignore all these things and have a child by somebody who thinks it's acceptable to torture their child about $2,500. And then instead of looking for the money, instead of just looking for the money, or crazy thought, why wouldn't the girlfriend, why wouldn't you, and don't get it twisted. I'm not calling for violence on anybody, but why would you choose your daughter over your girlfriend who you know like to steal? That's what I don't get. You go straight to your daughter, who a 15-year-old. Let me break this down logically. What 15-year-old can hide $2,500 worth of stuff? So she just took the $1,500 to walk around with it in her pocket. Why would you go to the child first? Because you're getting booty from the other one? And to all the women, I'm leaving, but I'm gonna leave on this note. And to every woman who dates a man with children and he doesn't pay child support, he doesn't check on his kids, he's violent with his kids and his baby mom, he's rude and disrespectful with other women in his life, and you look at this man and you go, that's my man, my man, my man. And you think that at some point you're different, you're special, that he's not going to do the exact same thing to you that he does to his ex, his children, and his family, you're dumb. And we think you're dumb. And every time we look at you, we think you're dumb. Stupid, whichever word for ignorance and stupidity that you use, that's what we think. We look at you and wonder what the hell wrong with you. We laugh at you behind your back. Stop propping up these men, because what woman wouldn't have been like, where are you going with this little girl? Let's look for the money. If she didn't have the money, if she didn't already know where the money was, don't fly off the handle. Let's look for it first. Anything could have happened. You had it in the bag. We could have threw it in the trash by mistake. Check the trash. Did you check over there behind the bed? Have you looked in the drawers? Where do you normally put your money at? Have you checked through there? No due diligence. No research. No tearing up the house. Let me kidnap my daughter and torture her, because I know she took it. I just know she took it. And you think he disrespectful to his daughter? He ain't disrespectful to you? You think you take some pretty pictures and have some babies that you special? Huh? Say what? But anyway, now I'm going to get off here. I might be back this afternoon. I don't know. But I'll be back tomorrow. It won't be during the day tomorrow, but tomorrow will be after 5. But thank you so much for hanging out with me for this little bit of time. Like I said, if y'all see this case, boost it up. This shouldn't have happened. And it happens too often. So make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. I want to thank everybody in the comment section. I appreciate y'all. I will find that Evil Lives Here Before You Should Drink, and it'll put it in the description. Description. That word got thick in my mouth. My bad. Anyway, I love you guys. Have a great Monday. Have a great rest of your weekend. Happy holidays. Happy Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. And I love you guys. Bye, y'all.
Let's see how you do under pressure. I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Fuck with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom, boom. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on to the next. Fuck this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Yeah. Oh shit, they don't let me shoot a whole clip. Firepower in this coalition. We just turned the field into a demolition. It was desolate, but I had premonition. I was training for war, every exhibition, every extra mission, every enemy listening. Get off my dick, I got bad intentions. Make it right every wrong, and I'm back with a vengeance. I show you the ropes. Peace in my town, I can show you the coast. Up in the shots if they